achyutaḥ prathitaḥ prāṇaḥ prāṇadō vāsavānujaḥ apānnidhiradhiṣṭhānamapramattaḥ pratiṣṭhitaḥ.
Achyutaḥ. Chuti, chutam or chuti means to fall. It literally doesn't mean falling from a higher level to a lower level. It doesn't mean that only. Fall means from somewhere to somewhere. So achyuta therefore means in its largest perspective, chuta means shortcoming. It can mean flaw. It can mean a limitation, a conditioning. Imperfection is also chuti. Imperfection, defects. Oh, this has got a defect, means it's got a chuti. Opposite of all these words is achyuta. He has no fall. Fall is something from where an object is to a place where it is not. It was there at a higher level, let's say something, a utensil or a thing. It was there it's there at a higher level. It's not there at a lower level on the ground or on the table. It falls from where it is to where it is not. Bhagavan is the one who is all pervading. Everywhere he is there. From where to where will he fall? He is on top, he is down, he is intermediate, he is in the middle, he is everywhere. So in that sense, achyuta, he has got no shortcomings. He represents for us the state of immortality, which means the state of anantatva, infinitude. Chutam means finiteness. So Bhagavan is not finite. He doesn't belong to the realm of finitude. He belongs to the realm of infinitude, anantatva. Therefore achyuta, that is what it means. No shortcoming, no flaw. Whatever we do, we can't find a flaw in him at all. There are no defects, no limitationing, no conditioning he has. He represents for us the state of perfection. There are no imperfections in him. There are no defects in him. For in our case, birth, death itself is a chuti. Because it belongs to the realm of change. Bhagavan belongs to the realm of changeless. He is the changeless. Where is birth for him? Where is death for him? Where is the conditioning in between? No growth, no decay, no disease. A decay or a disease is a conditioning. It's a limitation for all of us. It is imperfection. Disease means we are not at ease, or the equipment is not at ease. EASE. Therefore, it is in dis-ease. Bhagavan has got none of them. And therefore, he is called as achyuta. Achyuta is the medicine. Why? He has no chuta at all, chuti at all. He has no imperfection in him at all. He represents the all perfect. So when we invoke him, he will take us to the realm of perfection. So even for our physical and mental adi vyadi diseases, deficiencies, limitations, shortcomings, we invoke achyuta. Achyutaya namaha. That's what it means, achyuta. Next word is prathitaḥ. I am combining this with the last nama of this verse, pratiṣṭhitaḥ. Both mean almost the same. Prathitaḥ means one who exists pervading everything. Bhagavan says, I exist pervading everything. I think in the last Sloka of the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, I exist pervading everything. What all does he pervade? Everything that we can think of, he pervades. There is no place where he is not. Matta parataram na anyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. There is nothing other than me. It's not that I pervade, I alone have become everything, is what the Lord said. What is there which is not me? So the entire world of things and beings, first we say it is pervaded by him. At a higher level, everything is he himself in a different form. Just like waves are nothing but the oceanic waters. So in the beginning, ocean can say, yes, waves are separate from me. Because they have a shape, they have a name, they have a form, they have some characteristics, they have a birth and a death. Wave has birth and death. But the oceanic waters don't have birth, death, nothing. They just pervade. And the oceanic waters pervade all waves. All the waves can exist only in the waters. The waves exist in the water. So ocean can tell us, I alone exist and pervade all the variety of waves that you see on the surface. And not only I exist pervading everything, whatever is there inside me, all of them exist because I exist and I pervade them all. Similarly is Bhagavan over here. That's one of his glories. He says, I exist in resting on my own glory. We all exist sometimes and somebody else is saying. She said, I want her to say nice things about me. Mean, I exist on her glorification. If she doesn't glorify me, if she doesn't praise me, I become very sad. So all our, most of our identity is because somebody says something. We are all what others say of us. So we exist because of somebody else. The identity that we have so strongly about ourselves is because so many people have told us, you are like this, you are like this, you are like that. We have no opinion of our own at all. She said, therefore I must be like this. She said, therefore I must be like that. Bhagavan is not like that at all. He is self-evident. He needs nothing to prove himself. He needs nothing to say, I exist. Whereas we need. If in a classroom, the teacher has to take attendance and we have to say, present ma'am, to say, I exist in the class. Otherwise, she will mark us absent. Bhagavan, nobody need take his attendance. He is self-evident. He exists. And because he exists, everything exists. He is ever established in himself, in his own glory. And that glory is infinite, everlasting, ananta it is. Nothing, nobody can touch anything of him. He rests in his own glory. We all rest in a glory which has been contributed by all our friends. So half a dozen of people told us, you are this, you are this. We have taken ourselves to be that. Bhagavan is not like that. He is totally independent. That's the meaning actually of being independent. His glory doesn't rest on what we say. We may say, you exist and I believe in you. Or we may say, according to me, you don't exist. I don't believe in you. It doesn't matter to him. He is beyond logic. Whether a person says, I believe in God, or whether a person says, I don't believe in God, our belief or non-belief has got nothing to do with his existence. Because we said, I believe, it doesn't mean he has come into existence. And because somebody says, I don't believe, he doesn't go off into non-existence. His existence is ever. Was, is and shall continue to be. That's the meaning of prathitaḥ. That is why we say Hari Ananta, Harikatha Ananta. Harikatha means glory. Lord and his glory are inseparable like sun and its rays. So Hari is Ananta. Was, is and shall continue to be. His glory also was, is and shall continue to be. And that's the uniqueness of his glory. That's why whenever we enter into Puranas, Ramayana Katha, Krishna's Katha, never ever will we feel it's boring, monotonous, routine. How many times I have heard it? Every time we feel very nice to hear. The same glory, the same story. There is a freshness over there. There is a newness over there. Unlike when we read a novel or something. So therefore, Bhagavan, he and his glory are ever established. And where is he established? We are all established on the surface of the earth. Where is Bhagavan established? Pratishtha. He is established in himself. And when he is established in himself, where will he move? He can't move from one place to another because everywhere at one and the same time he is there. That's the meaning of pratishtitaḥ. We say in the temple that today there was a murti pratishtha that is happening, installation of the deity in the temple. We use the word pratishtha. Pratishtha is the technical word used. What is the meaning of the word pratishtha? It means once we fix the altar over there, it will never move. It should not move. We don't move it around. Only the Utsava Murti will move around. The small idol. which is there in front of the Mula Murti, which is in the sanctum. The Utsava Murti can come out to the Mantapam, it can go along the, the streets of the city in a procession, but the Mula Murti will never go anywhere. Once pratishtha has been done, it is fixed over there, never ever should it be taken out. It won't be taken out. So that's the meaning of pratishtitaḥ, means ever there. So always, whatever happens, the Mula Murti will never ever leave its place where it has been fixed. The same word is being used for Bhagavan. Pratishtitaḥ means he is. Where is he? He is. But if he is there, maybe he is in a small place, localized place. No, he is everywhere. So he is everywhere and still he is pratishtita. That's why I wanted to do both these words together. Because when we say pratishtha, it's in that small little sanctum, Bhagavan is there. Outside he is not there. Therefore we go inside. Try to go as far as possible closer to the sanctum and then invoke him. Why? He is there. He is not outside. Therefore I have to move closer to the sanctum. But always, ever he is there. Nobody can move him. Nobody should move him. Similarly, Bhagavan is ever there, was, is, and shall continue to be. Whether we believe in him or whether we don't believe in him, whatever it is, he is. Well pratishtha, firmly fixed. If he is firmly fixed, is it localized? Immediately prathitaḥ. No, he is all pervading and firmly fixed. It's a very beautiful concept. It takes care of the micro and the macro. It takes care of a small little localized area. Immediately it becomes expansive. By the time we have understood that Bhagavan is localized and pratishtha means he is there, immediately the teacher says, no, it's not just there. He is everywhere. So, illi nodidaru Rama, alli nodidaru Rama, ellalli nodidaru, alli Sri Rama. Dasaru writes. Here is there. Here means what about there? There also is there. Okay, sir, he is here and he is there. What about other places? Ellalli nodidaru, alli Sri Rama. So beautiful, simple words in the form of a Devarnama, but so much of philosophy over there given to us. Illi nodidaru Rama, alli nodidaru Rama, ellalli nodidaru, alli Sri Rama. So therefore he is pratishtita, ever rooted, ever well established, self-evident, like he fixed himself up everywhere. But he is if he has fixed himself up, is it localized? No, he is prathitaḥ. He is totally all pervading. They are contradictory terms, but only in the case of Bhagavan it suits him. We can use it for him. We can't use it for anybody else. We can't say for a short person, she is short and tall, not possible. She is fat and thin, not possible. But for Bhagavan, contradictory, opposing qualities very beautifully merge into him. We can use it for him. He is Saumya and Raudra. So he is here and he is there and he is everywhere. So he is not only pratishtitaḥ, he is, but he is everywhere. Is the meaning of pratishtitaḥ and prathitaḥ. The next two are prāṇaḥ and prāṇadō. Prāṇa means life, the life force that is there in all of us, because of which we are alive. If the life goes away from us, we will all be called dead. So what is it that is there in us because of which we are alive, because of which our equipment are able to function, physical, mental and intellectual? Something should be there in us. What is it? It is prana, life, the life force in us. Because just by life sitting in us, we are not static, we are all dynamic people. Not only outside, first of all, because life is there, dynamism has already started inside. Breathing in, breathing out, so many things. Lungs functioning, heart functioning, so many things are functioning. Blood is flowing. So the life force is there in us, and that is termed as prāṇaḥ. Sometimes they call it also as elemental air, Vayu Bhagavan. If he is there, prana is there. That's why we call Vayu Putra as Mukhya Prana. He is worshipped as Mukhya Prana, Hanumanji. He represents in us the Prana Shakti, life as such, life force in us. Prāṇadō means he gives to us. What does he give to us? By being in us as the life force, he gives to us enough dynamism for our equipment to function. The means to give. So Jiva is there, but Jivana also should be there. Life is there. Life's expressions and life's experiences should be there. That is Jivana. Jivana is there because of Jiva. Here we are told both Bhagavan is. Life also he is. Life's expressions are also he. Life's experiences also is he. Jiva is also he. Jivana also is he. Dasaru right. Tanu ninnadu, Jivana ninnadu. My Jivana is dynamism. What I do. Activity, dynamism. And what comes as a result of the activities. Anudinadalu ba sukha dukkha ninnadayya. And whatever it is that comes as a result can be either sukha or dukkha, means opposites, pair of opposite. Whatever comes, honor, dishonor, victory, defeat, profit, loss, all of them are you. So prana is he, jiva is he, jivana is he, karma is he, karma pala is also he. The entire journey, it's only Lord and Lord and Lord and Lord alone is what we are being, is what is being told to us through all these various namas. So prathitaḥ and pratiṣṭhitaḥ, we must keep on thinking about it. Then the suggestiveness and the significance will enter. We'll be able to assimilate it. What those two words mean: prathitaḥ and pratiṣṭhitaḥ, prāṇaḥ and prāṇadō. So life is there, but it must give to us dynamism. It should lend its force and lend its strength to us, so that we can move ahead and higher up in our scale of evolution. That is taken care of by prāṇa and prāṇadō. The next one we had to take up is vāsavānujaḥ. Vāsavānujaḥ means the brother of Indra. So who is the brother of Indra? It represents Vamana Avatara over here. The Lord took up Vamana Avatara. He came as the son of sage Kashyapa and Aditi. Indra's parents are also sage Kashyapa and Aditi. In that sense, Bhagavan in his Vamana Avatara becomes the brother of Lord Indra. So that is what vāsavānujaḥ means, the brother of Indra, which is Vamana Avatara. We have elaborately dealt with this avatar of the Lord when we did Upendraha and Vamana. These two names of the Lord had come earlier, and therefore we saw not only the story part, we also saw the significance part of it. So I am not repeating it again. The next one is apānnidhihi. Apam means water. Nidhi means wealth or treasure. Whenever we say wealth or treasure, it means a substantial amount, it means a large amount, it means a big amount. We just have 10 rupees or 100 rupees, we don't call ourselves wealthy at all. But when we have substantial amount of wealth with us, large amount of money with us or property with us, only then we say such a person is a rich person or a wealthy person. He or she has got lot of treasure. So apānnidhihi means a large resource of water, treasure of water, wealth of water, which means a large expanse of water. Which is the largest expanse of water? It is the ocean. So earlier we had seen the Lord had identified himself with fire. He said, I am Agni, I am air, I am Vayu, I am now, he says, ocean, Varuna. So here water. So the largest source of water that we know of, standing water, is the ocean. And Bhagavan is identifying himself with that. So the glory of the ocean, when we just go and stand on the beach over there, on the shores over there, and gaze at the ocean without anybody disturbing us, alone when we stand over there, it gives us an awesome feeling. Because we are not able to comprehend and apprehend the vastness. We know it is very, very vast. How vast it is, it goes beyond our mind. It's mind-blowing actually when we try to think about it. The vastness, then the depth. And in that vastness and depth, how much of water must be there? We have no idea at all. All that we are seeing is the surface, which is getting disturbed. And this ocean throws up huge waves, small waves. And also it is a storehouse of how many creatures. We have no idea of how many, what all species of life is present in the ocean over there, inside. Gems are also there. So therefore the ocean, therefore one of the glories of the Lord is the ocean. And the Lord says, it's not only my glory, it is me myself in a different form. And therefore we revere and respect the ocean also as none other than Lord Narayana himself. In the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, when the Lord is listing out his glories, his vibhuti, he says, Sarasamasmi Sagaraha. Amongst the lakes. Lake means standing water. River means flowing water. So there's a difference between the two. When he is identifying with flowing waters, with rivers, he says, I am Ganga. But when it is standing waters, small tank, lake, etc., up to the biggest tank or the lake that we know of is the ocean, standing waters. So Bhagavan says, amongst the lakes, I am the ocean itself. So anything that is unique, anything that is very, very glorious, beautiful, powerful, mighty, we always associate it with the Lord. Rather, the Lord associates himself with it. So apānnidhihi, which means he is the ocean itself. Adhiṣṭhānam means the substratum, the very cause for everything. The oceanic waters is the adhiṣṭhānam for all the waves which are there on the surface. So the waves get created, the waves sustain themselves for some time interval, and later on the waves die also. What is the substratum? What is the cause for it all? It is nothing but the oceanic waters. Without the waters, we wouldn't have had the waves at all. So primary cause for all the waves is the oceanic waters. And also it is something which is the basis or the foundation for the waves. Without it, the waves would not have been there at all. The flowing waters. What is the substratum for it? What is the bed for it? The river bed is there. Without the river bed, where will the river be? So in that sense, Bhagavan says, I am the adhiṣṭhānam. The nearest English word is substratum for it. So I am the substratum for what? For the entire universe. The world of things and beings. Why? For all the worlds. How many other worlds are there? From the topmost world to the nether worlds. And in between we have so many. In the middle somewhere we are there. For all of them. For the worlds and whatever is there belonging to the worlds also. Things may be there, beings may be there. So for all of that, Bhagavan says, I am the support, I am the adhiṣṭhānam, I am the substratum. Adhiṣṭhānam. Then apramattaḥ. Pramattaḥ means, it comes from the word pramāda. Pramāda means to be careless, to make mistakes, to make an error in judgment. Here we are not talking materialistic life, we are talking spiritual over here. So therefore it becomes more important over here. So pramada, Bhagavan is apramadaha. He doesn't have any pramada at all. He never makes any error. He never ever makes any mistake at all. We saw the first nama, the name of the Lord, the first name in this stanza itself, achyutaḥ. No chuti at all for it. No defect, no imperfection, no fall, no flaw. Similarly over here, apramatta, never ever, his decision can never be wrong. Whatever he decides, we may not like what the Lord is giving to us. He has decided to give to us something which we may not like. Like a bitter medicine children will not like, but the mother will give it to the child because it's good for the child's health. But it is bitter. Similarly, whatever Bhagavan gives to us, we may say, you gave it to me and I did not like it, or I did not want it, or why did you give it to me? But from Bhagavan's standpoint, we deserve it, and that's the best thing that he could have done to us. So from his standpoint, he has never ever made an error. Why? He is the cosmic intelligence. So we, with our little intelligence, which we call as powerful, mighty, sometimes we normally don't, an intelligent person normally doesn't make so many mistakes as a person who is non-intelligent. Bhagavan is cosmic intelligence. So how can there ever be a mistake on his part, or how can there be an error on his part? It can never be. Never ever is he careless. So when we read the stories in Puranas where we feel, oh, Bhagavan made a mistake from our perspective, he should not have done that, or he should have done this, means we have considered whatever he has done as a mistake or an error, etc. It's from our standpoint. From Bhagavan's standpoint, he has never ever made a mistake at all. Apramattaḥ he is. And therefore in our lives also, pramada should never be there. And here we are talking about spirituality. Spiritual seeker, those who are walking the path of spirituality to reach the highest goal, mukti, moksha, ityadi. Adi Shankara talks about pramada in his Viveka Chudamani. He says, pramada is spiritual death, he says. If pramada is there in you, means you're very cool, casual, keep on making errors, keep on making mistakes on the spiritual path. He says it is literal spiritual death. Why? Because we are not going to progress at all. Even a little bit we will not be able to progress. So pramada should never be there in our lives, which means alertness must be there. We should be vigilant. We should be aware. Then we become apramattaḥ. Bhagavan is always aware, always listening. And therefore Hari Chitta Satya. Whenever he wills anything, whenever he wishes anything, whenever he desires anything, whenever he does something, it's always for our welfare. From a very small, narrow-minded viewpoint, it may look like we didn't need it, or we don't want it, or I don't like it. Why did he give it to me? I did not deserve it. But in the long run, it is the best thing that could have happened to all of us. So anything, he can never ever, there is no fault on his side at all. So there is nothing like in vain at all for him. Everything so beautifully gets fulfilled, accomplished, and always it will be for the welfare and the well-being of all of us put together. Bhagavan always has a larger perspective. Ours is all narrow perspective. So in that way, apramat. Therefore, especially in Krishna's stories which we read, all his leelas, the stories, Bala Leela especially. So many places we feel, oh, Krishna should not have done this, Krishna should not have done that. He told a lie, he stole butter, he stole the clothes of the gopis. Which means, did he make a mistake? Did he commit an error? But from his standpoint, he never ever committed a mistake, never ever was there any error from his side. He never was careless. He never did anything wrong. We do not know how to interpret it. That's the point. We are interpreting it from our standpoint, from whatever knowledge we have, from our worldly standpoint. Then it looks all wrong. But from Bhagavan's standpoint, he has never ever made a mistake at all. So if we ask him, he will justify it also. And he'll tell us, not justify, he'll tell us what exactly he meant by doing whatever he did. So from his standpoint, he has never ever erred. He has never ever made a mistake. So apramattaḥ. Whatever he gives is the best for us, is good for us. If that bhavana can come to us, we have already surrendered onto it. So apramattaḥ. Pratiṣṭhitaḥ we have already done.